During one of his medical class in Columbia University, Professor Dixon Depomier threw a challenge to the class. The world's population is increasing at an exponential rate, and hence there is an increasing demand for food. With our limited arable land, how can we solve the food shortage problem?
No! How can you all come up with such ridiculous answers? He combined the concepts of skyscrapers with agriculture, and thus came the idea of vertical farming.
Vertical farming was introduced to Singapore in 2012, being the first vertical farm in the world. To better understand the issues, we need to look back at the 1960s. Singapore's population continued to grow, and there was a shortage of housing due to the nation's limited land supply. In order to solve this problem, the Singapore government introduced public housing in Singapore that looked into the possibility of building houses upward. This resulted in the prevalence of HDB as seen in modern Singapore. Since the 1960s, the proportion of Singapore's arable land relative to the total land space has observed a constant decline, from 6% down to 1%. As a result, 90% of our food comes from imports. Transportation of this food has also contributed a significant portion to our carbon footprint. To tackle this problem, vertical farming was introduced, combining the concept of HDB and agriculture to reduce land usage and to ensure sustainability in food supply. The idea of vertical farming was implemented by Mr. Jack Ng, the founder of Sky Green, which built the first vertical farm in the world. He invested in R&D to develop a suitable technology to commercialize the concept of vertical farming in Singapore. Within a short span of 3 years, he successfully developed A-frame vertical structures with multi-layer rotating throws and patented this idea. These A-frame structures are 3 to 4 stories tall each. They are both economically and environmentally friendly. Firstly, rain and recycled water is collected in overhead tanks. The water is directed to the water cooling system. The flow of the water and gravity provide energy for the reactor to rotate. Then, the water is recycled to provide energy for the generator. Lastly, leftover liquids are redirected into the reservoir using a pump. In addition, each of these 8 frame structures consumes the equivalent of a single 60-watt light bulb. The rotation of the throw provides sufficient sunlight for healthy growth. Usage of A-frame increases productivity and minimizes water wastage. Other advantages of vertical farming are optimal crop quality, maximum crop yield, and lastly, green practices. Our survey results suggest low awareness of vertical farming. However, 77% of the respondents are willing to consume food produced from vertical farming, and increasing awareness would seem to be the way forward. After telling them about vertical farming, 77.4% were keen to the uptake of the idea, with 18.9% slightly skeptical about it and a small percentage of 3.7% rejecting the idea. For youths, we aim to introduce it through social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many others. We can also do so via broadcast media such as Channel 5, 8, and Surya that are popular. Educational or private visits to farms that implement vertical farming can be organized to further raise awareness and to increase acceptance of the idea. There are, however, limitations to vertical farming. For example, some citrus-based and root-based plants like oranges and potatoes are not receptive to hydroponic techniques of farming, as they require roots in a semi-solid material. Despite various prototype designs of adding an artificial forest base for the plants to grow, there has been limited success. We propose vertical farming to be carried out at rooftops of HDB to empower and educate local residents. By engaging the help of HDB residents managed by the respective RCs, it aims to make Singapore a more beautiful, green, and sustainable place to live in.